hello, how are you all? I'll pull these comments down here now. Um, we're kind of coming in from my Facebook page, YouTube channel, and Ecamm's YouTube channel. So, really pleased to see different people coming in. Logic Concepts, was this you that commented and replied that I inspired me to do this? I'm recognizing the logo. Um, Good evening back, Mark. Good to see it from Bali. Oh, come on. Could do with a bit of that right now. Um, if you don't know me, I'm Adrian Salisbury, and I've put together the Ecamm Live Academy, which is training that we run 4 times a year. And so I kind of know my way around Ecamm, and very interested. Time and again, we talk to people, and hey, Andy, time and again, this kind of a setup I can help people with quite easily. We run a Pro Video Academy. See some of the guys in here from that group. I can get this going, and we can set up a camera and mic and lights, and that's pretty straightforward. But I get fitness instructors that will say to me, but that's okay sitting there. I need to be in a space where I've got to demonstrate, I've got to stand up, move around, lay on the floor doing exercises and things. How on earth can I do that? And so that's what we're going to have a look at today. In fact, here's the comment actually. Let me just see if that was. Yeah, it is. So this was the comment, and pleased to see that yogic concepts. How can we use and set up to stream or record some activities like yoga classes, etc. by Ecamm? Please throw some lights and ideas, please. So how cool is this? I've just done a live for you. No, not just for you. I reckon we've got over 30 people now in our Pro Video Academy that are in this fitness space, whether it's Pilates, yoga, dance, martial arts, but needing this, next level really of how do we set all this up? How can we use it? So good to have you in here. Yes, Mark, I'm looking forward to it as well. We're going to do I'll be sharing my screen, a lot of tidying up my desktop so that it's looking reasonably tidy. I'll share my screen. I'll tell you what we're doing here. We'll also have a look, out of interest, other than yogic concepts, have we got any other fitness people in the house? I mean, this isn't just fitness as well. I do think what we're talking about and the challenges of standing further back, maybe you don't want to get all the width of the screen. Same kind of thing might apply to somebody who wants to stand at a whiteboard and present, or maybe you just like the idea of standing up and speaking at a bigger space. So it'll be good for that as well. No, Andrew, it doesn't. And I tell you, I just joined the gym actually this week, and I'm embarrassed to say, when did I go? Wednesday. I laid in bed last night, and the backs of my arms, I feel like I've been kicked by a horse or something. And I actually dived out of going this morning. Dived out? It's because I just saw a dive instructor. I ducked out of going this morning. So I don't know, maybe I wasn't stretching and things. Maybe some of you can tell me afterwards what I did wrong. But anyway, so I'm not a fitness instructor. JC is excellent. A dive instructor, yeah. I'm not quite sure how we fit that in, but I think either way there's going to be a lot in here that I'm hoping that whatever we're doing, no, I'm definitely not in my latex fitness gear. Classic black t-shirt. Have a new client. Excellent. Yes. Well, let's do this. I think this will really, and Mark, by all means, point them to this. It's alive now. It will be here on whatever channel you're watching on. If it's easy to point them to it and go, look, this is what we can do. Here's an example. I'm hoping, and I want this to be interactive. I want you to come back with your questions and things. Yeah, let's just see what we can do together. Interactive public speaker, Tatiana. Excellent. I didn't recognize you. Said you've got a very different profile picture there to what you've got on Facebook. I didn't recognize you. Puppetry instructor. Yes, Rini. Great stuff. Andrew's just messing about over there. You're going to get me distracted. Maggie finally back. Excellent. Good stuff. Yeah, to your painting studio, absolutely. So first of all, let's just have a little talk. I'm actually running 3 cameras here at the minute because I want to, and I'll get rid of me can of Coke and put that over there. I want to show you kind of around and what I'm doing. And I think really, to my mind, that the challenges of doing this, let me just quickly flick across. So this is where we're going to be looking, which is out of focus at the minute. That's not a problem. I'd like to say it's deliberate, but there we go. So I've just moved my office around a little bit. I've got rid of one of my desks so that we can mock this up and have a little studio set up over there. And I've also got, which I think is feeding through. Yeah, I've just also got my little, this was from yesterday's live. Hang on a minute. You don't want me in black and white, do you? Let's reset that. Right, so this is my little Sony ZV-1, which as you can see on this camera here, just nice and compact little portable camera that I can use. So I'm going to be using this one as well to talk through. So we're talking here, let's just very quickly go over some of the essentials really that we need to be considering. And I think we need to be looking at cameras, lighting, and audio, microphones. And then what I'd like to do is to specifically get into Ecamm and have a look at what Ecamm's doing. So, camera. Those that know me will know that I'm all about using like a mirrorless camera like this. So this is the Panasonic G7. I've got in front of me there is my Sony 6400. So these 2 cameras or similar cameras to them would be great for you to get started with. What you need to do is that more than the camera is the lens really, and you need to be getting a wide angle lens really to be doing this shot. Now, depending on your space, the further away you can get from the camera, the less this is an issue. But if you've got a fairly small space, so we're working here, I've got 4 or 5 meters here from camera across. But we haven't, in this scenario, this could be like a bedroom that you've got and you want to make this into a little studio. I'm not thinking particularly of you guys that have got a full-on studio and you've got lots of space. This is really trying to overcome how can I get going if I'm, a fitness instructor, I've been forced to work from home, I want to be able to do this streaming. How can I do a class or record videos? So it starts over here with this. And so what I can do with this lens is this at the minute on this Panasonic is on the 12mm end of it, zoom, and it would zoom in over here. But if you see, as soon as I start zooming in, well, the challenge then is that I can't get myself in the image. So we need to have this wide open. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do as well, actually. We're coming on to mics in a minute, but as I'm jumping up and around, I'm using here a wireless mic. As you just saw a second ago, I'm typically, this would be my setup. I've got my camera there and I've got a Rode shotgun mic sitting here. This is actually attached, or this is a little bit off topic, but this is all attached here to a light stand, which I find, is just a solution I'm liking at the minute. So I can have my camera sitting there. Don't know why this isn't focusing, whether it's a bit bright. And my microphone sits over here. And then normally over there, I've got this little ZV-1 sat. So again, you see, this is the easy bit when I can sit here at a desk. But if I need to be up and about, as you just heard, as soon as I get up, the audio goes because I need to be close to this microphone. Even more so, some of you streamers that have got, like a podcast mic, you've got to be right up close to that. So fitness instructors, I did have a chat last night in our pro video group and just asked a few and I said, help me out here. What are the challenges? One of the ladies in there said, a clip-on mic can often get that you're rubbing against it or you're You can hear those deep breaths as you're looking down and doing things. And I recommend something like this. Now, it's not the best audio. This you could spend a lot of money on one of these. I think I spent about £25 on this, just really to get one as a demo and see how I get on with it. You could spend, 10 times that. You could spend probably £250 on one of these if you wanted a decent one, but that can be a lot of money. The only thing I would say with this is that was a little bit far back, but you want to keep that microphone back behind the line of your mouth. I see some people and it's right round the front here, and it's just popping away because it's going straight into it. It doesn't need to be. If you think that lavalier mic would be clipped down here normally, so it's still getting closer than what it would be down there. And then all you need to do is normally feed this down your back. I'm just going to clip it onto my belt. But again, if you were a fitness instructor and you're kitted up in your gym kit, you could kind of tuck it in anywhere really that you can fit it, ideally somewhere that you're not going to sit on it or lie on it, so you would know that and can think through that. I'm just going to test if this mic will jump over. Yep. Has that gone? Yeah. Good. Right. I think we're coming through on this one now. So good. Let's let's get going with some press-ups. You're not here for a workout. This is me showing you how to do this. I don't know. All the troublemakers are in the house tonight. So what have we got? So we've camera-wise, yeah. And so this is a Panasonic G7 on this Micro Four Thirds system, which Panasonics are. This kind of 12mm would be the equivalent to a 24mm full frame. So that would be pretty nice and wide, and that would be more than enough. If you were on a Sony, the 16mm that I've got isn't quite as wide as this. You kind of want to go a little bit lower than that if you can do. Not bad sound, good. Glad that's coming through okay. I just found when I'm editing it through, I just found I could tell I was on a lower quality microphone. And I mean, it's rubbing on a bit of stubble there as well from time to time. But we'll come to mics in just a second. Let me just finish up on the camera actually, because there's a few things I want to tell you about the microphone. Yeah, so start with that. Try to get a wide angle lens. By all means, message me, comment down in here. And I meant to say that actually, those of you watching this in the replay, please ask your questions, put your comments in below, and I will come back to them and answer them for you. But yeah, so getting started with a camera like this, nice, good quality camera, wide angle lens, and you're just trying to work out really, and if you're able to test it out, typically when you buy a kit lens like this, they will go to the equivalent of a 24mm wide, which is the wide end of it. So you can set it up to that. And we will come on in a minute because I know, again, one of my customers is doing this, and in order to get that height, all of a sudden for me to get the height that I need here, look how much of this wall at the side. So right from over here, all over to there, and anything that's going on over there can be seen. And for her in the scenario, she's saying to me, actually, my room is the width of that blue area there. And so, sorry, you're looking at the side of my head. How do I kind of mask that? And that was where we first came on to Ecamm. And that's the exciting bit that we're going to get to, I don't know, in 10 minutes or so time, when we actually have a play with Ecamm, and I can show you how you can lose those edges and do things like that in your videos or in your streams. Rini, will a 22mm do? It will. You've got some space there, Rini, and so if you need to get the full height, you'll just need to take that camera back. If you find that by going back with your camera, you still can't get that height, then there might be looking at an alternative to that. But I would think 22 would work for you. 18 to 105. Yeah, so the Sony, the 18mm. Again, yes, you will find, let me think, 18, so 27mm you would be at pretty much with that. So it's a little bit closer in than what I've got on here. But again, depending on the space that you've got, if you can just get some distance between you so that you can get yourself in full height, then yeah, that should be absolutely fine. Now, lighting, very simply, I mean, I haven't set any lighting up in here for this today, but I have to say, lighting wise, I'm absolutely loving. Let me show you that around the back of it as well there. This is a Godox. Let me turn my screen so I can see what I'm looking at. This is a Godox SL60, which is the powerhouse at the back. That's the actual light. And then instead of a softbox on here, I'm really loving these domes. Let's just make sure I'm wide out as I can be. I really love these domes. So it's doing the job of what a softbox would do, but it's just putting so much light around the room. And if I were in a studio, I would be wanting just an even spread of white light. You know, I just want to make this room really nice and bright for my videos. We actually went down, we set a company up down in London with a couple of these lights. They'd actually got about 6 different LED panels and things set up around the room because they weren't getting enough light. And so they'd buy another panel and that wasn't working. And then they get a softbox and that's a different color. And we went down and we took one of these and the bigger brother of it as a 150 model, put these in the room. Phenomenal how it just put this, it was like beautiful daylight just lighting up the room. Honestly, I would recommend these, and not overly pricey. I think the Godox lantern or the Godox light itself is about £120. You need it on a stand. And then this globe on the front of it, I think if you went to Amazon and looked for Godox lantern or globe lantern, let's go lantern, you will find it on there. It's about £80. I can put some of these links in the description afterwards. I haven't done it because that's not really what I'm planning on doing. But by all means, I'll give you some feedback on that and give you some ideas. Message me if you want. But yeah, if you haven't got lighting at the moment and you are just trying to set up for this studio, because I would go with this. Another reason would be, I mean, the reason I wear this for close up is it really does a great job of losing shadows. Now, if I'm doing videos over there and I've got a couple of LED panels or spotlights shining on, I'm going to get big shadows on the wall behind me, especially if you've got a white wall. So this again, we're trying to just soften this light, and this more than anything else would just bounce light around and create a really soft, it's like you're in a soft box. So camera. Now, Arthur just said, do you recommend covers for the lens while recording? Covers for the lens. How do you mean lens cover? Not quite sure what you mean, Arthur. Do you mean like a filter or something, or a hood? Come back to me on that. So cameras, lighting, pretty straightforward. Start with one. If you find it's not enough, get another one. Just kind of sit them out in the corners. Flick them on. It will be a consistent, you know, you can work them off a nice little remote like this, and it just comes back consistently every time to what you're doing. Right, to avoid scratching. So you mean a filter? Yeah, a lens filter. Yes, I do, Arthur. And we put them on all of our lenses. Not the kit lenses. We put them on all of our more expensive lenses. And what you need to look out for is, which camera is going to do it best for me? What you want to look out for is right on the front there. See on this one, it says 58. Oh, I don't know why that music just started. I've just knocked a button, I think. 58 on there. That is the circumference, diameter of your lens here. That's the size you need. And just get a UV filter. that's all you need on there. Fairly inexpensive. Certainly, yeah, it's a good point to raise. I remember years ago as a photographer having a big Canon white lens, beautiful thing, worth a few thousand. And I did have one of these filters on the front of it, thankfully. And I can remember I just kind of shoved it in my bag. There must have been, well, it was one of these little bungee things at the bottom. And when I pulled the lid down on the bag and had squashed it in tight, I heard this crack. And it was that filter on the front that had cracked. Thankfully, I could just carefully unscrew it and take it off, and the lens was untouched underneath. So it is a good idea. Depends on the value of your lens. I've got a set of prime lenses up there that are 300 plus. Some of them are 1,000 each. And yes, I want to put something on the front because I don't want to scratch it. Add the lighting links. Yes. Remind me if I haven't got back to you, and I will put a list. I'll update the description later, and I'll just put some links into the things that we've talked about. Right, microphones. Are we doing all right? Any other questions so far? Cameras, lights. We haven't got onto Ecamm yet. I'm excited to do that bit, but I figured you're all going to ask me these things, so let's quickly go through this first of all. Microphones. So I've already said to you then, I'm using this little Rode Go mic, and I have it on this. Works, I think, really well. And the beauty of this is, if you can imagine you're doing different stretches and things, and you're all over the place, or you're up and about and dancing and you're moving around, this is totally consistent. It doesn't matter if I'm banging on the little bit at the side of me, the actual transmitter. Well, obviously try not to, but any of that movement or jumping or bouncing around, you're not going to hear any of it in this. So I really do think this is a good solution. Just moved around a little bit on there. So they're all the basics. That's the equipment sorted. You've got your room set up. Let's shift across now. And what I've done here then, I've put something in one of these. There's a sound clip that's desperate to play, and it needs to stop it. Right, so now one tip to give you on this, with my Panasonic camera here, it doesn't autofocus. So if I'm here and I come in front of it, it's not going to adjust and focus on me. I can do it manually, but I need to be able to focus. If I go back over here, the focus isn't going to follow me. So that plant back there, this is the reason I've done this. I can actually touch and focus on that plant now, and I know that anything that is this same distance to the camera is in focus. And I have to say, actually, where an autofocus camera like the Sony would be great, and in theory, as I come forwards and back, it's going to follow me. I do worry sometimes that if it loses my head and it's trying to do a face tracking, maybe it suddenly goes over there and comes back. The beauty of manually locking down the focus, like I've done here, is that this is focused here, and actually it will give me a fair bit of movement. I could come forwards or backwards from this, and it will still focus on me. But I've got this set up now manually locked in as focus. So, this is this. I can do my workout on here. I can get down on the floor, and it's all still within the shot. I can't go up too high, but I think that would be acceptable in your video. All right, so that's that bit. But what about, let's think of the scenario, and this would be the same for Rini, for instance, with the puppeteering and things. Others of you that want to be full size, or actually a full body, maybe you've got a flip chart here and you want to be able to present like this. But what do you do when you're over here and you want to be able to change around your angles? Cropping in, doing different things with this. So if I need to just see what was going on with that sound effect. I'm going to just share my screen with you here. Let me just see. Last question. Do you still have your Rode turned on? Still turned on. Right, let me live demo mode. Okay, so this is Ecamm. This is my window. Not sure if anyone's not familiar with Ecamm, but Ecamm Live, fantastic bit of software for live streaming, but also, and I think more recently, there's a shift of people that are not just wanting it for live streaming, but you're wanting to create your content on it. So you're just recording through on here, and then actually, come the end of it, you just say thank you. You've got that file, and you can chop it together a little bit if need be. But there's your recorded video. Yeah, super powerful. Like now, I'm going live out to Facebook, 2 YouTube channels. We could go out to other places as well. We could be on LinkedIn if they would let me. So all of these things, thanks, Rach. Rach just put a link in there. Didn't even realize you were on, Rach. Rach has just put a link there. If you want to try Ecamm and you haven't used it, there's a 14-day trial there that you can try. So here we are then. We're in the control panel. This is Stream Deck. We'll come to that in a few minutes. I'll just push that over there. So what we can do, one of the things I absolutely love about Ecamm, and just puts it out head and shoulders above anything else out there, is that we can create scenes. So I've actually gone ahead and created a few in here, but I'm going to start from scratch actually and just show you the basics of what I'm talking about. Now, if I just zoom in up to this corner here a minute, and I'm in this scenes area, and what I can do is click a new scene, and it will say to me, which camera do I want to use? This is another point, actually. I get asked about like Ecamm minis and these switches that you can have multiple cameras coming into. Do you need one of them? Should you have one of them? We had a good discussion about it last night. If you would have one of those switches, so it's doing the mixing out of your computer. So I've got another mixer at the side, and I can go, fantastic, I only need one input. I can switch between cameras 1, 2, 3, and 4, but Ecamm can only see that switcher. So I've then got to manually decide what camera I want out there. I can do a picture-in-picture, very limited. I can put an image at one of the corners, but I love this. I've got multiple cam links coming in here, and so I can, well, actually the Sony ZV-1 is just coming across a USB lead, but I can mix these up then, and I can have multiple camera angles. So maybe even on this one here, I decide that I want to bring in another video scene. And so I can have on my main camera is what I'm looking at here. And then as a little picture-in-picture, I decide which of these other cameras I want. And I can also then completely adjust the shape of this feed coming through. So I could have, me, if maybe not in this scenario right now, sitting at the desk, maybe this would work actually. If I was demonstrating something to you, I'll line up this camera that's on my desk here to my Stream Deck, for instance. Maybe I'm doing this little demo when I'm talking to you about the Stream Deck. And so I want to be able to show you on the screen there that I'm actually touching between these buttons, various reasons why doing a picture-in-picture like this, and no other bit of software will give you this flexibility. Well, OBS will, but OBS is a, dare I say it, it's a very complicated bit of software. So big flexibility as to what you can be doing in here. So I can create this new scene. And so what I'm thinking, if our challenge, first of all, is that we're on this new scene. I will just lose that one for now. This background image, let's imagine that's where we're, in fact, I'll tell you what I'll do is I will use this overlay. I'm slightly zoomed in down here. I will use this overlay because I'll use this as my camera up here to talk to you. So I'll keep myself up here in the corner, and then while we're demonstrating this. Now, challenge. We don't want all this extra space at the side of us. I'm in a small bedroom. I don't want people to see what's going on, or I've got a lot of clutter over there that I don't want to get caught. What can we do with it? Now, my suggestion is that we come onto this new scene and we go up here to source and we say blank. And what blank does is do exactly that. And it would normally be a black background. But what I've got set on here, whoops, not that one, is that in Ecamm now, you might not have spotted this, but in Ecamm now there is a show in background overlay. And so I can put, all I've done is put a blue background. It's literally a blue image that I've dropped in there and I've stretched it to fit. And that's why I get a blue background. So whatever your branded color is, you could do the same thing. Now what I can do is pick up this image and we're going to go with that view over there. Again, we're in this custom shape. Am I right into the, yep. And I can put that at the top there. And look, all of a sudden, I can, instead of having the full width of this, I can drag this in. And as you can see now, I have only got that width. So now when I jump over here, you're only seeing, I can still do my workouts and things. You would need to set this up to yourself to what width you need. But I can now do this and you can have a closer shot of me. Or maybe you want to actually zoom in a bit. Maybe as you're standing back over there. So this could be one scene that you've got and you've set up. Let me just zoom back a little bit. Where am I? There it is. So let's put that over there. And so what I would be doing in Ecamm, and in a minute, we'll talk in a second about what we can do on that area there. So let's call this wide. This is our wide scene. Now we could place this wherever we want. We can put it in the middle there. I'm going to now clone this, do the same again, and this one's going to be close up. And what I'm going to do in this one is I can come down to my camera effects, and let me just check which one we're on. Camera Link 4K2. And I can actually, I've gone the wrong way. I can zoom in on this image. And I can position where I want the zoomed in part to be. So hopefully I've got that roughly. So from me standing, you can see what I'm saying, I haven't got any lighting set up. But me standing over here now, I'm the other end of the room, but now we haven't got this zoomed in and I'm lost in this big space. But actually I can talk to you in this bit and tell you what we're going to do. And then we can move in. Amazing. Good. I lost you, Maggie. Sorry, Maggie. Happily, I'll roll back a little bit. Let me show you first these capabilities and what it can do. And then we'll kind of backtrack. So what have we done? We've got a wide scene. We've got a close-up scene. And how about we clone it again and we say floor, because it might be that we need to actually do a scene where and you'd need to work this out a bit really, but we want to get a shot of, and we might need to go wide, but we want to get, maybe there's a section in this where you're laying down and you're doing some stretches and things. So we want to use the floor. We come to camera effects again, and we use this same idea of zooming in. It's if you've got multiple cameras, make sure that you're selecting the right camera as you're doing the effects. So I could zoom in on this, and I can actually move this around. So I'm not looking up here. I don't want all that space at the top because we're about to lay on the floor. And I can actually come in, and I reckon we'll do a bit of trial and error, but I reckon I could probably zoom into there. Let's have a look. Does that work? I said this would be interactive. I'm going to get a workout in just putting this together, I think. Could I be? I mean, I'm 6 foot. You would need to kind of mark out. But yeah, so I could be doing a workout and things and telling you about stretches and things that you're doing down here. Is this cool? So with one camera, we're able to create something here that allows you to jump between a wide, well, this camera here, if you, I'm not assuming that you've got two cameras, but you could go from a wide shot, and instead of having it like this and all of this space at the side of you, we can just drag it across and we can lose those edges. We could then come to the floor, and we probably need this width. Again, we could actually, you could still kind of keep the, oh, it's making the whole thing move. There we go. You could still kind of frame it and come smaller if you like the idea of keeping space around. I just think as you come in wider, we're going to the wrong shape, because you're actually, you want this short and wide, don't you, for you laying on the floor there. So that's why we're sort of doing this crop. You could actually pull it in even more and really sort of tightly have you laid out on the floor there. And then we did our close-up one as well. So one camera is giving you all of these different options of multiple parts. Now, yes, I think, yeah, absolutely, you meant a hood. Great ideas, good. All doable in Ecamm with one camera. Love it. Is this view all right? I'm sharing my screen here to let you have a look at this, because I want you to see as I'm doing it. Now, what we came up with yesterday, I created some scenes already, and one of the ideas, we've now got this space on the side here, and what are we going to do with that space to make it look like it's meant to be here? Now, if you were editing this video, and as I say, you could just be using this to record only, and maybe you say, so now instead of recording it in my camera, I feed this into my computer and I hit record only inside Ecamm, and I can do this. And then maybe afterwards, as you're editing it, you could put some information on that side. I'm loving the idea that if this were a live event, we could actually use this down the side here. And when we put this together yesterday, we tried this out. So what about this, that we can actually put descriptions, and these are just individual. I'm going to pause that a second because it's about to change, but we could actually put oh, of course, sorry, the music's still playing even though the timer. We did this very short just to be able to do a demo, but I can put a countdown inside Ecamm, and I can, whatever I want. If I want this to be a 2-minute, a 5-minute, a 10-second timer. And what I can do is say to it that when the timer ends, go to next scene. And what we were suggesting is thinking through a routine that you might do, a workout that you might do. So I know you wouldn't have 20 seconds of stretches, but could you actually do this with, we could put a bit of music under the individual videos. So under stretches, we've got a piece of music. That comes up with another subject, really, about getting copyright free music. Soundstripe is, I'm trying to think of their name. Soundstripe is who we use out of interest. But yeah, that's where I've got these clips from. So we could do this, and then we could jump onto the next scene, which said, right, now we've got 5-minute warm up. So I'm over here, completely hands off, and is the music, I muted it, didn't I? Right, let me load this scene again. So I come to this scene, I'm over here now. That's a screen that is potentially sitting and working somewhere else. I get into it, I'm saying to people, come on, right, we've got 5 minutes of stretches to do. You could actually, we could list over there actually a set of different things. That's now just automatically jumped into my next phase. So right, now we're doing a warm-up. Come on, let's get your heart going, and whatever you want to do. You can actually do this with a timer there that your audience are looking at going, right, okay, I've got 1 more minute of this. And you could be watching it and going, right, come on, we're halfway through. Let's speed this up or repeat it or whatever you're doing. I think this is so cool, and I really think it's got huge possibilities as to what you could be doing. That again, I muted it from that one. This is like you would do in your gym class, your fitness class, but now you're doing it live online. I think this is fantastic. Yes, Rini, awesome. So again, you don't need to have a timer there. Now, if I just change this, I'm a little bit, I don't like that I'm talking to you and you can't see me. Let me just stick a little bubble up here. We'll go round. Please keep any questions coming. Let me know what you're thinking. Can you see applications for this? This is really, I've got no ulterior motive in this. This is just me coming on and saying, hey, do you know how to work this? Let's have a little play and see. It keeps moving, right? That's because I keep doing this on my mouse. I touch it slightly wonky. So this kind of work, we've got this set up now. We can do this fitness thing. We can get it over there. You could run it through on a timer if you wanted. You don't need to. Let's turn the timer off for a minute. Maybe actually what you're going to do is use this space down the side to list out a routine. Okay, we're going to do 5 reps of this. We're then going to move on to that. Or maybe it's a Pilates thing or yoga and you've got set poses. Is that the right phrase? That you could list these down, and for you and the other person, music. I've turned the music off, Maggie. I'm demoing the music, but I'm turning it off because I know someone will be saying, I can't hear you for the music. So hopefully, I know the music's not coming through. So you could be using this space on the side here. And who was saying to me about art classes? You could be doing exactly the same. This scene here could be your top-down view. And you could be doing like this, that you're there. Potentially, you've got a little picture-in-picture up there as well, showing your face. And so you're doing your artwork down here. To note as well in Ecamm, if you looked at that and went, but it's upside down, what I can actually do in Ecamm is flip the thing 180 degrees there. And now that's the right way around. So how about this, that actually down the side here is the instructions that you're doing? Or maybe this is cookery and you've got a camera above here and you're going through and you're cooking away and you've got your recipe listed down the side of it. So many applications. And I just, probably should turn that off. There we go. So yeah, we're primarily here. This is me trying to address a challenge and somebody saying, how do I do this for fitness? So that's why we're coming on and talking. But actually, yeah, Maggie, sorry. Painting classes. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I think it could be really good for this. Rini, you could be doing this and maybe you've got it could even be, we could drag an image. If the only image I've got is this comment, but I could have an image sitting on the side here and maybe you've got a picture that is there while you're demonstrating something on the left. But I love the fact that how you can, this is a pretty new feature that I'm not having to go wide, square, round. I can actually use this custom size and it will crop that and it will fit to whatever I want. If you like the idea of this having a frame around it, then all you've got to do is drag it so that you've got an equal amount of space around the edge, and then all of a sudden, so I keep letting go of my mouse funny and it changes. But if I then just you'll see when I come out of live demo mode, that's how this could be looking, and you could have it all lined up, looking really lovely there. Yep. What are we thinking? Right, what else have we got? So you could jump between scenes like that. You can add music and things in. You can do your wide angle. You could cut to your floor. Now, so far, what I've done is to address having like a timer and an automation so it's moving for you. If you don't want to do that, So sorry, yeah, Rini, just to recap, is the picture framing via picture-in-picture custom? So good question. Picture-in-picture doesn't have a custom option. So what you can do, what I do, is down in the overlays section here, you've got a little icon down here that says camera overlay, this little symbol. And when I click it, it will bring in a new overlay. And in there, it allows me to select which camera I want to use. And then I select custom at the bottom of there. Rini, if you have a look in the Ecamm Live Academy, we updated the videos this time around. All of this is in there in updated overlay videos for you. Does record only mode need internet connection? No, not at all. So yeah, you can just be running this locally on that. It is Mac only. If you're not already on Ecamm, probably should have said that early on. Yes, really, there are some, you definitely need to just head back through the Academy on your own, watch through some of those videos. There are some really good features in here now. Okay, so Richard says, I'm an architect developer. This would be great. Yes, you and the image. I mean, you can do this anyway, Richard, and you can actually bring in, depending on where you want to bring that image in, you could have an image on there, and this is just a pretty straightforward picture-in-picture. Those of you, some of you are on my YouTube channel, some of you are on Ecamm's. If you look on my YouTube channel, Adrian Salisbury, you'll see that there's a full playlist with, I think, 32 videos that we've put in there, totally free for you to work through. And I do explain how to do picture-in-picture, how to do these image overlays like this. Go away and have a play with that. You'll be blown away at how you can do it. It looks so good. For you to be able to show up like this and share your screen. Richard, you could even bring in, things like this. If you've got an iPad there that you're doing like a live demo on, maybe you're working through a presentation, you could actually bring that in. You could be writing on the screen and things. Yeah, blows your mind what you could do. Pin-up wall with my drawings. Yep. Yeah, Richard, you could. What? So you mean actually to be up at the wall and showing those things? Yeah, totally. And in fact, to run with something like this, you could actually be moving this around. Totally up to you, but you could actually be kind of moving around with this and going, right. So this one over here. In fact, this is very next level, but you could. We're going to be. We just got these wireless transmitters, and this little thing here, I put one on the camera, one at my computer, and this will send a wireless HDMI signal. You could actually be walking around with just this on top of your camera, and you don't need any cables attached to the computer. That's a live that we're going to be doing next Wednesday on the 30th. So again, it's there on my YouTube channel if you want to have a look. We're doing some cool lives at the minute. We're trying to up our game a bit, get some of these out. So do come and join us on that one where I'll be demonstrating this and showing you how we do it. Okay, so is there a way to start the timer without being near the computer? Great question, Carla. Yes and no. So what you would need to do is, let's see if this helps you. What I'm coming on to now, and the reason I'm still sharing my screen here, is Stream Deck. Yes, or move from scene to scene. Carla, you've almost read my mind. You've set me up for this next transition. So who's seen or heard about Stream Decks? Typically, it's, let me change this camera over. I'm confusing myself. I just don't want to be jumping back and forth on it. This is a Stream Deck, and it's basically a little control unit with buttons, and I can preset what happens when I use one of those buttons. So for example, I've got this set up at the minute that when I press, I can jump between these different scenes. This one, which is now on the wrong camera. And And I even put one there. Did I sync that one up? Yes, I've got another one here that is showing the comments feed as well. So no timers involved now. I'm clicking through this and I'm pressing these buttons, and as I press through them, as long as I don't press one that says end live, I can just do this and I can navigate through. Now, that little unit is still attached to your computer. And yes, we were talking yesterday, potentially you could get an extension USB and make that a longer feed. Alternatively, how cool is this? This is the phone version of the same thing. So now when let's see if I can do it back to front. If I were to click on I've got one there that I've called wide angle. That's just clicked me over to there. I click on this other one that says stretches. So why don't we try this? I've messed all this up, haven't I? My rule used to be, don't mess about with the scene. Just create a new one if you're messing with it. But I'm not following my own instructions. So I'm going to remove these timers for now. Okay. Still got music in there. We'll leave that in. So that's our stretch one. Warm-ups. Again, let's put the music back in. So we're going to start here. So I can be over here. Chair's a right pain, isn't it? I could be over here and I'm talking to you. I'm introducing the live and I'm telling you what we're doing. And then I could say, right, let's get into this then. First thing we're going to do is some stretches. Click the button on my phone. No timers on this now. So it's going to stay on stretches for as long as I keep on this. All right. And we're on this scene. We're working our way through. You've got to have it here. I guess potentially you could have it on like an arm strap or something like you would get for in the gym. I think just to lay that on the floor next to you. And right, we've done that. Let's move over and let's start the warm-up. Everything is attached to that scene. So all I'm doing is changing from one scene to another. It's a bit like if you were on a PowerPoint and you're just moving from one slide to the next. That's kind of the idea of what we're doing here. Want to have a look at some comments. I can't even read them from this far away, but and we've got it on the wrong camera. You get the idea. Now, again, you can absolutely be doing this and have this set up that you could, if that were on a bigger screen over there. Let me just come out of this view, actually. Live demo mode. Right, so you're seeing now what's going on over there. So how cool is that? Yeah, so I'm totally independent. I'm wireless from that. Camera's there, it's plugged in, it's not going to run out of charge. I've got my microphone attached to me. And I'm actually running it from here. And to be honest, if you wanted to, I mean, yes, I've got the comments up on here. There are lots of things you could do with this. You could have a second monitor attached, or it could be a big TV on the wall in front of you, and you could be seeing those comments. If you were doing this, we could do all of what we're doing here and send it into Zoom. Is absolutely an option. I don't really want to get into that because it's going to involve other things. Thank you, Ecamm. But we could send it out like that, and you can actually see all those people up on another one, and you can see this. But I can see those comments over there. Alternatively, I could, on my phone here, I could scroll it across so that actually I could go, let's just pull up Facebook, and I can see the chat on there as well. Now, what I haven't done, let me just quickly show you how this works with Stream Deck, and then give me some questions after that, and we'll come on to those. So this is Stream Deck, which is a separate application. And what I do with this is Ecamm is built into it. So I can say, show a scene, run scene. If I attach that and I just drop it to wherever I want, and as soon as I move it on there, notice that, let me change this camera angle around. As soon as I, oh, sorry, we're not in live demo mode. As soon as I change it down there on the screen, look, I'm going to move it across one place. instantly it moves. Let me move that one down. So I can completely configure this. I can actually change the text and things if let me zoom in a bit down here. So if I've just added, so I've put comments in there. I don't want comments actually. The scene that I want to run was close up. Remember we made that close up scene a minute ago. The title says run. Well, actually, let me come on this. Where are we? Close up over here. I can change the name of this to close up. I can adjust the text. So I say I want it at the top and I want it to be a bigger text. You can see it in there. Well, let's put it in the middle. So now on my button in front of me, that's actually getting readable. It's set up on the wrong one. So on my button in front of me, it just says close up down there. While I'm here, let's do another one. We'll do another scene, run scene. And on this one, we'll say floor. So these were the two that we just made earlier. All right, so I'll back out of that. Let's come out of this mode. And so now I can, again, going from this scene here, I can go to my main set up on the wrong one. We've got a wide camera set up over here, but maybe I think, right, at the start, I want to talk to you. So we do this close-up one and I start like this, or actually, to be honest, we could still come across like this, but we just want it zoomed in on. So you could talk to people like this, and this is where you start, and then you say, right, let's get into those stretches. Kicks you into this one. You could come back to this at any point when you want to talk to camera and just say, how are you getting on? Let me know in the chat and things. Then we've got our floor one that we made that was down there, which this is going to be in the way. I'm earning me keep tonight. So now we're down on the floor and we can go with that one. I can actually from here start some music if I want to. Again, I've put a button on this Stream Deck to be able to start and stop the music, and I could set that to just loop through if I wanted. There we go. What am I missing? I think that's a pretty good overview of what you can do in here. Let's have a look at your questions. I want to come to your questions now, all right? So let me come to my comments. Again, if you want to know how to do this in Ecamm, we've got this in the playlist as well. So do head over and have a look at that. Carla's just said, sorry, I'm fiddling now. Could you just get the app or do you need the physical product? You can absolutely get the app. So if you go to Elgato, yeah, it is Elgato. So if we went to Elgato websites, would help if I was actually doing that. I'm going to create a new scene with a screen share because I haven't actually got a screen share. And we'll go to Chrome and I'll just stick myself round up in the corner. That will do for now. So Elgato.com, take you through, where are we? Stream Deck. So all you need is the Stream Deck mobile app. It does cost you. You can try it free for 30 days. It isn't a free app, unfortunately. I'm just changing my camera over. But well worth it. It's not a lot of money at all. So yes, you can absolutely work with the app. Download the app. The app will also then give you need to have it would tell you this on here, but you do need to download the software that goes with it for your computer as well. That's just going through to other stuff now. What it will do is live demo mode. At the top of your screen here is where you configure your Stream Deck. So I've got this set up here, and as you can see, one of my profiles on here. So I've got a physical Stream Deck, and then I've got Adie's iPhone. So it's working through like that. And there are lots of other things. It's not just Ecamm that it works for, but it's incredible for Ecamm and what it will do. So as you can see down there, and again, we've got a video showing you how to use all this over on our channel. You know, we can do the go live, pause, publish, the different scenes. You could actually just have a clicker that, to make it easy, you know, one button that just goes next scene, if you don't want to use a timer. You can bring in an overlay, so like a little image. So Rini, I think somebody else was saying about, you know, having an image on that right-hand side of the screen. You can sort of click to show and hide that if you want to. I was doing this play sound, which is what this button over here is. Loads of things that you can do. You can get lost in that one. Using the string, yeah. Sorry, what's your name, if you don't mind me asking? I'm sort of saying yogic concepts. I'm trying to, doesn't feel very personal talking to you when I yes, I mean this is my whole thing, you know. This is totally different. If you've got a team of people and, you know, you've got a nice big studio and things, you don't, well, you would still use this, but it becomes very easy for someone to sit there and be doing this for you and programming it and working it. My passion really is for solo entrepreneurs like myself, that actually we can create this look and feel. I think you could do everything here, you know, as if you'd got a production team behind you. It's one of the things that I love about this, actually. And some of you that know me and follow my stuff, we started archery recently. My lad's really into it. I've been enjoying it. And so we took this along actually and how to play at at our archery club, because he's shooting, this will give a range of about 400 meters. Now, we can't shoot that far, but he can shoot with his compact bow about 100 yards. So we actually set up a camera on a tripod down there near the target, not too close. We put a nice zoom lens on it so I could have it 10 meters back from the target. But well, it was less than that actually, because he doesn't even miss the thing. So we were able to shoot it in. And as you can imagine, like you've seen here with pictures and things like that, you know, we can do a really pro setup with one person sitting here, and I would have one camera at one angle, one coming from behind, and one way down there at the target. So you watch the archer get ready, release, and then in this little picture-in-picture, boom, you know, it's just hit the target. I think it's amazing. It wouldn't get better than that on the TV. And thanks to Ecamm and these other little extras that you can get with it, we can totally do all this on our own and still give off that really professional look. So yeah, anything else in here? And then I think we'll be wrapping it up with, I can't believe the hour's gone already. Maggie's loving the Stream Deck. Yes, totally. Great to see you again, Maggie, anyway. Is there a tutorial video on mobile Stream Deck in the Ecamm Academy? Yes. Level 5, when you are doing, there's one that talks about the Stream Deck and it talks about the physical one and the app. For those of you that don't know what Rini's on about, I mentioned right at the start, I know some of you have come in later, we do an Ecamm Live Academy that comes up 4 times a year. The next one is 19th of July, actually. And we go really deep into all of this stuff. We take you across 5 days from absolute beginner and then mention all these extra things and build it up. People absolutely love it. It's a 2-week boot camp. And as I'm saying to Rini here, she came through a while back. As we're updating videos, as Ecamm keeps growing and getting better and better, we're making new videos and you guys get those videos for life. So if you're interested in the Ecamm Live Academy, I should have put a link up. You can absolutely, there we go, adriansalisbury.com, Ecamm-Live-Academy. I know I haven't got the physical link to give it to you here, but if you head over there, you can register, get on the wait list, and as soon as we open the doors to that, you'll be the first to know about it. My live video keeps coming up interrupted. Never happened before. What, this? On Facebook, interesting that you're on. Not quite sure, Maggie, why that is. I hope it's not. It shouldn't be my end. We're on a gigabit feed, but using Stream Deck, great to handle you. Yeah, sorry, we did that. Anil, hi. There we go. Nice to meet you, Anil. Will the video be available for review later, Carla? Yes, absolutely. As soon as we finish this, it will stay on the different channels, and the chat should stay in there. I think I put the setting right so that the chat will be there. Please come back, watch it again. Put me any comments in there that you want, and I'd love to help you further. Will you have links to all the equipment, Mark? Yes, good reminder. I will go away and do that, and I'll put the links in to various things into the description. Maggie, yeah, come on. Maggie's been through a few times. Thank you, Rach. Just put the link in there as well then to the Ecamm Live Academy. So if you're on that YouTube, yeah, we'll put it again in the description as well. Thank you, Arthur. I don't know why I'm putting them up over there because you can see them at the side. Thank you, Rini. During your show only. Yeah, sorry to hear that, Maggie. Rach is on Facebook and saying it's fine for her. Might be worth, have you got your, what internet are you getting? Have you got something else open in the background that maybe wouldn't normally be on? There's not a backup suddenly running or something like that. I think the feed should be coming through fine. Right, we're going to wrap it up there. So please, if you're not already on my YouTube channel, go and check it out. We've got a whole 32 video playlist all about Ecamm, all the individual things that you can do. Some recent videos that we've been doing showing you how to share. In fact, I should just bring it up quickly. Showing you how to use the virtual cam and actually send the feed out to other places. Where's my channel? Here we go. So if here it is, nearly started playing music on me. Adrian Salisbury training, and you'll see that we've got a whole getting started with Ecamm, all of these videos in here, everything you need to know about this. And then we've got some in our uploads. We've been doing these ones lately as well. How to use the virtual cam. So doing everything we're doing here, literally everything that you can see on the screen here could be going out into another platform. So Zoom is the most popular one that people want, but Webinar Jam, we've had people saying, I want to do a webinar and Webinar Jam. Can I do all this? Yes, you can. Facebook, Facebook Messenger Rooms is the right one, isn't it? Virtual camera into Microsoft Teams. So all of this is over there. It's totally free training all the way up there on our YouTube channel. And you will get notified over there of the academies as well as they come up. Again, upcoming live streams. This is me talking on Wednesday about wireless HDMI. And then the following Wednesday, I've actually got Mark Baber, who is the technical sales manager for Sony in Europe. Wow. He's coming on with me, and we're going to look through the Sony range of cameras because I find it confusing. I'm quite new to Sony. Where do we go in the range? What camera do you need? I'm going to be talking with him. We're going through the whole thing. So again, there's a few lives, and you can tick down here and get reminders on those as well. So do please keep in touch. I will just check there's no questions I missed at the end of here. A discount for former students into the Ecamm Academy. Yes, Arthur, we send an email out to all alumni and offer you a discount to come back in again because you've already got the videos. So it's just actually the getting in and playing again with it. But yeah, enjoy. Go have a play with that. I'll put all these links into the description. Thank you so much for being on. It's been a lot of fun having a look. I always enjoy these kind of, pulling it apart, having a play. I'll see you soon, and all the best. Have a great weekend. Thanks a lot. Bye.